All right, man, it looks like it's going to be another B-split push coming up here. Standard as could be for the T side.
Yeah, they are getting ready for it right now. They've got 2 people coming out through the middle, 3 people through upper dark at the moment. There's counter-terrorist holding 1 guy inside the B-bomb site, 1 guy down towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, that B-slope man on CT side is going to be the linchpin here. T side, they've managed to put the CT smoke down. No support coming in from the A site here for the defense. It's all going to come down to the entry shots here, the man making the plan.
It's getting kind of cold in here.
Yeah, man, did you leave the window open?
I don't think so. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth. You can take the blue, or the red pill, or the green one.
What? There's a green one? Sweet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. Here we are, the second match of the evening. It's going to be the 4th week here of the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn. So big thanks to Alpenföhn and Caseking, of course, for helping us out. Also, Phoenix, which is the headset I'm wearing. And we're going to be giving one of these headsets away along with the Alpenföhn CPU cooler we have right here, the Bochen Eco. The one way around, here it is. It's a very, very cool one. Yeah, just like almost a pun right there. It is really good, and you can use it for overclocking as well. Definitely worth doing. And we'll be giving away one of each in the chat a little bit later. After the game, we'll be doing that. And also, because we have such a cool subscriber team, and one of them just donated to us a knife that we're going to be giving away for the sub team. So the rest of the giveaways are for everyone, but we're going to be giving away one StatTrack AWP, an Electric Hive one, and also one Karambit knife. So those last 2 giveaways of the items are for subscribers only. So big thanks everyone for donating those skins to us. It really means a lot, and obviously we want to try and keep the subscriber team growing as much as we can because it helps us out so much. But Senra and Vendetta, luckily I'm not here alone. You guys are always with me here, so it's great stuff. This is going to be an interesting game, I assume.
Yeah. No doubt, really. iBUYPOWER versus Na'Vi. Not exactly a match you get to see too often, unfortunately. But yeah, high hopes for this one. Do we know the maps yet?
We do.
Yeah.
So the first map is going to be Dust 2, and that was Navi's pick. The second is going to be Cache, and that was iBUYPOWER's. And then to settle things, it's going to be Inferno.
Okay, so wild guess is that iBUYPOWER vetoed Mirage.
Yes.
Yeah,
That'd be a smart move. And we know that Na'Vi don't play Nuke, so that sort of narrows it down in a way. Yeah, those are really, really good maps. And actually, before I forget, you guys have to go and click the Facebook link at the bottom of the stream. There's a picture down there where you can participate in the raffle. All you have to do it is like the Facebook page. I think we're creeping up on 20,000 likes, so if we can do that, I mean, our sponsors are going to be excited, and that makes us really happy too. And we can, continue to impress them and hopefully bring more people into Counter-Strike, because I bet you there's going to be a lot more sponsors in Counter-Strike Maybe not so much this year, but next year, guys, it's gonna be off the hook basically. So yeah, give them some love, and you can win stuff in return. So it's pretty much a good deal either way. And if you like it now, you'll be able to win the next 10 weeks as well. You just have to click the one like button, and you'll be all right to go. That's at the bottom. There are some other links down there, amongst other things, to our YouTube channel, where all the VODs we do on the channel are going to be uploaded really quickly, thanks to our amazing editing team that do all the work for us. So it's really fantastic. You guys are so awesome. But yes, we are now getting ready, and I'm super excited for this one. I think this is going to be a really, really sick match, and I think because of the maps, I'm actually not sure what's going to happen here. I'm not sure if Na'Vi really, really should feel comfortable about playing Dust 2 first dive against iBUYPOWER. Not just because of the last map, but because of the way lately that our Na'Vi have been playing on Dust 2 in general, I'd say.
I'm going to keep my faith in Na'Vi strong, and I'm going to predict a 2-0 victory.
Yeah,
I think the Kings will remain Kings.
Guardian's bold claim may stay true essentially, because Dust 2 I think is not a weak map for Na'Vi, and we've seen how well they play on Cash. We've seen how well they can, how effectively they can tear teams apart on Cash. So I think it's really going to be tough here for iBUYPOWER. The iBUYPOWER I think are just aiming to be able to pick up one of these maps, Dust 2, and take this map to Inferno, where anything could happen really. But Dust 2 and Cash, I think these are like Na'Vi maps really.
Alright, so we could be seeing maybe, an easy way to the 4th week for Na'Vi, or maybe not. I mean, we saw what Skadoodle was doing earlier. Swag seemed to be playing really well, so those two alone...
Yeah, true.
If they're playing well, that's terrifying, and I don't know, I mean, this iBUYPOWER lineup, I really do love it. I think it's such a cool lineup. But Na'Vi, I mean, they have...
Pretty
years,
okay lineup.
They have a lineup, but they have such a lot of experience on this team as well. So that's also a scary factor.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that lends itself in the favor of Na'Vi compared to Copenhagen Wolves in this matchup is the fact that they probably not only have someone to go toe-to-toe with Skadoodle, I think they have someone who goes above Skadoodle in terms of opping skill. And I think even if you want to take the riflers, can you think of a player who's been on more of a hot streak than Seized as of late?
No. Actually, Seized has been just an incredible force on his own, which is...
Yeah.
You're right.
So if you have Seized showing up in what seems to be in his daily form as of late, and Guardian being Guardian, then that's a really tall task for iBUYPOWER all by itself, and then you just fill out the dots with Edward, Suze, and Starix. That's pretty terrifying.
It really is, and there's another factor to consider here, which is, I guess it sort of equalizes itself, but it's worth talking about anyway, which is that Na'Vi, they're bootcamping, iBUYPOWER also bootcamping. Obviously, not at the same bootcamp, but that means they're all sat right next to each other and able to communicate at a really high level. And actually, one of the things that's been working not so well for Na'Vi in some of the matches we've seen, some of the best of one games in the SLTV Star Series, has been that they've been lacking some communication. So maybe that tiny factor can actually mean that we're going to be seeing a Na'Vi that is, I think, maybe significantly better than they've been previously, and they've already been good, so that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's been a really long time since we've seen them on boot camp and together, really. I guess since DreamHack Summer. So it's gonna be sick to see them all playing together at the same location, all on the same ping, and hopefully no problems. And that's really going to allow Na'Vi to just get that momentum and carry it through. I mean, Guardian, it sounds like he's talking a lot of smack, but I think that Na'Vi, if anybody can do it, it's them. They can back it up. So iBUYPOWER, I mean, it's a real pleasure to see iBUYPOWER here in a European tournament, but I think they're going to be the underdogs in this match. There's no getting around it. Skadoodle and Swag have been playing very well, but they really have to step it up here to go toe-to-toe with, say, Guardian and Seized.
All right, and they're actually bootcamping in Germany, which means the ping. Look at the ping, 8-7 ping here, and iBUYPOWER a little bit higher, so we'll see.
iBUYPOWER exactly. They're bootcamping at Gfinity, at the Gfinity Studios, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
In London.
I think that's right. Yeah, it's a really cool job from Gfinity making sure that they can set up a boot camp there, and that's really nice. What else can we say at this point? A big welcome to all of you for joining, of course. Thanks for everyone who's subscribing. I noticed that, since we announced the Karambit giveaway, there's gonna be a lot more subscribers. So yep, we'll remind you of it again later, guys. I think what we're gonna do is we're probably gonna give the Karambit away after the whole show. So you guys can sit around and wait, and we'll be doing that.
We have
And
a
then
Carabit to give away?
Yeah, we had one subscriber give it to us, and he didn't even want any kind of shout out. He just wanted to give it to when I tried to ask, but he's just a friendly guy, cool guy who wanted to give something back. So we really do appreciate that. It means so much to us that we can try and give something back to our subscribers, and also obviously so that we can try and get more subscribers, because the subscriber program is a really essential part of how we're able to run the channel. It definitely is. So big thanks to that. We also have a stat track AWP that we're going to be giving away today. And I think we might have a little bit more. We'll try and see if we can figure it out. But if you want to do that, then stick around and we'll do it a little bit later on. And also, of course, we'll be doing the headset giveaway and the CPU cooler giveaway. But that's for everyone, not just subscribers. So that's where it's at now. Here we go. The 9th round's going to be coming up. Big welcome here. You're at Room on Fire, and this is the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn. I'm Anders. With me is, of course, Vendetta and Semler, and we've got Na'Vi and iBUYPOWER playing each other in a best-of-3 game. It's going to be on Dust 2, Cash, and then Inferno if it goes to a third map. So big welcome to the show, and thanks to Caseking for making this all possible. Now, you guys are both on the Na'Vi train here, and Semler, I'm disappointed. You know,
I was waiting for it.
Do you hate freedom that much that you just... don't even... I'm going to root for iBUYPOWER in this one. I think they can take it.
You know what happened during the break? I took my pet bald eagle, Arnold, and I let him go on the balcony. I said,
when you said let him go, do you mean like you dropped him down to the ground, like you threw him from the balcony?
I said I am not worthy. I am no longer worthy of keeping you, my brother.
Okay.
Be free. Go fly free.
So okay. I guess he landed at Anders' doorstep.
Oh, look at this,
apparently he knew where to go.
The rush is actually on. There's no time, and it's Swag opening up. Guardian did actually take the first kill. Edward is going to go down. That is a very impressive rush to the B-bomb side, and something that Na'Vi were not expecting. And Guardian, good as he is, with the headshot right there, is still in a 1-on-3, and it's Swag right now who has picked up a triple kill, and he's up in the window waiting. And I see no way that Guardian can do this unless they make some big mistakes on iBUYPOWER's side. And Swag is looking for the 4th headshot, not going to get it. Guardian picks up one more, and now it's a 1-on-2, and all they have to do is wait for him, and there should be almost no way he can do this. He's patient, and he has some incredible aim. He's got 3 headshots already, but now he's being wrapped around. He does some damage to 1, and he's going to go down to ACK. So there's the round. iBUYPOWER are going to win the pistol.
The power of the Bald Eagle Arnold was enough to power iBUYPOWER through that round.
Yes.
That was that's actually something we've seen a lot more of recently than, I guess, the last few weeks rather than the last few months. Straight up B pushes. We saw Penta do it on all of their Dust 2 games, even at Assembly. And we're seeing Scouts being brought out again.
And Seized picks up Days down in Lower Dark, so a very upsetting turn of events here for the North American team, as they just were doing so well. Swag's going to be waiting. We'll take down Seized at the very least. So it actually gives them an opportunity to adjust here. That 1 kill from Swag is what keeps iBUYPOWER, I think, in the round. If he goes down as well, it's all over. Now they need to slow down and adjust, but yeah, Scout on Guardian is still terrifying.
It's not easy to deal with Guardian Scout, no doubt about it. And now all of a sudden, Na'Vi, they still have the players to be able to hold this off. They do have the firepower as well. If they can just keep stable over on the A side, it's going to be Zeus and Starks waiting up on Cat. Nobody's going to be pushing for them, however, from iBUYPOWER. And I do like this detail, the fact that iBUYPOWER have now stuck together. They've got all 3 members together, and they're just going to bring, well, the brunt of the force of that firepower straight at Na'Vi up long.
Oh, I see a terrifying combo. If Guardian hits the first scout shot here, then Starks is here with the USP the P250, but now Guardian misses the shot, and I think that could have been a pretty cool wombo combo there with a little bit of a scout and a P250, but it's not enough. The bomb does go down, and this retake is going to be troublesome for Na'Vi. Not easy at all. Swag takes down Zeus, and that's now a double here for the American player. ACK headshot straight on, and the round does reset itself. Edward coming out on long, probably cannot win this round any longer. Tries to see if he can take down Swag, but now he's being double, even triple teamed almost, as ACK does finish off the kill right there. So a bit of a worrying start, but a really good adjustment from iBUYPOWER.
Yeah, they managed to get back into it, and I was starting to get a bit worried because we saw what happened in their anti-ecos versus Copenhagen Wolves. They were all over the place as soon as they dropped a few guys. So good on them for actually making the adjustment and taking their time, especially once Swag picks up the frag on the Seized. The fact that he just backs off, gathers up with the rest of his teammates, that's huge.
Again, they lose a player early on, and Guardian is still down here looking for a headshot on somebody. And over on short, Zeus finally goes down. A bit of a crazy spray coming out. iBUYPOWER maybe a little bit shaky here early on, but they are managing to keep their cool in it. But I still think it's a little bit of a worrying sign, because if they're already wobbling a little bit, what happens when Na'Vi picks up rifles? That's a scary thought here. It's a 1-on-3. Edward is going to be running away.
These have been pretty fairly decent. Daze is going to catch Edward over on Cat. But these have actually been pretty good, well, eco rounds from Na'Vi. They've managed to pick up quite a few kills. And that's all that really matters at this point for them. You know, if they can pick up the round, holy hell, awesome. But still, managing to pick up the kills, making sure that iBUYPOWER is spending that money. You can see, Skadoodle, no AWP to start here for him. They've only got rifles across the board for iBUYPOWER. Whereas Guardian, he's got the sniper rifle. And he's taking it out long to start. This could be interesting.
And I would actually love it if iBUYPOWER... Well, I mean, if Skadoodle really can out of Guardian, then that would truly be amazing. But if they can't, there are other ways of dealing with it, like smokes, like everything else, and that would be a perfectly reasonable choice for the terrorist side to make. And right now, they are actually smoking off CT spawn, looking to see if they can go on B, and they are going to be going here, Semler.
Yeah, Edward is going to be able to peek at doors with a huge spray, manages to take out Daze, but the bomb is currently in upper dark, and it's being shot at already. They manage to catch it as it comes through, and somehow Skadoodle... I mean, it's been a total bloodbath, but he tried to sneak his way through the smoke, and that just did not work.
Wow, Steel in the middle. 2 quick kills. Somehow, we're now back into a 2-on-2, and he has a Molotov as well. Is it going to land? Seized is going to go down. This is the big turnaround. Edward walks out and almost drops Steel, but not quite. And it's going to be Swag to pick up the triple. What a crazy adjustment. Vendetta, how did Na'Vi not win that round?
Steel picking up those 2 frags. And I'm not really sure if Seized went down before or after his CS crash.
He was crouching by the big box, right?
I can't recall. Yeah, I would. Well, if he crashed out before he got killed, then obviously that's also a big part of it. But still picking up those 2 frags when he was more or less cornered in by the window entrance to B, that was the game changer, really. And that's kind of an unforgivable mistake from Na'Vi to actually allow Steel to do that.
Yeah, wow, so that's a really big turnaround. Now we're going to be moving into the 5th round here, as Na'Vi will not have money to buy, and I can see already people chanting USA in the chat. And a quick fun fact for you guys, our monthly sort of geographical distribution is pretty evenly tied between Swedish and American viewers. Those are the 2 top IPs in the world for us, so we do have a lot of American fans tuning in, of course. So big shout out to you guys for staying tuned. I'm guessing some of you might be just coming home from work if you're on the West Coast, so, or near the East Coast, right? Yeah, that's a 6-hour difference.
East Coast, yeah, East Coast. Although West Coast 9 o'clock right now. Maybe if you work early.
All right. Well, either way, thanks for joining us anyway. We do appreciate it, and we're glad that we can bring one of your home teams here to the tournament. That's really fortunate. Now, let's see if Na'Vi can keep having these really good eco rounds where they kill a lot of people, or if iBUYPOWER are going to adjust and start building some money on their side, because they really don't have a lot for it being 4-0.
They don't. I mean, well, that's the thing. It's basically saying how much they've suffered, going through all of these rounds. Oh, a nice headshot there. It looked like at least. Managed to slow down the push here on Cat for iBUYPOWER, but iBUYPOWER are committed to this. They've got 3 guys pushed up nearly onto A site, and they still have yet to clear it out. Finally, they managed to pick up Starks, who was playing on A slope, but there's still a man alive, and that's Edward, and he's waiting around the corner with the 5-7, and he gets the first headshot.
And a second one, too. Edward keeps going. It's going to be a triple. All headshots, all Edward, all day. And now down on long. ACK is going to try and see if he can somehow come back into the round, but this is not going to be as easy as the previous round. Swag is also up here on short. Tries for the spray. He's going to go down, leaving ACK alone with only 10 seconds left. There's really no way he can win this round any longer. He's going to be pushing up. Best he can do right now is die before the time runs out. That would be a disaster if he ends up going down after the clock here. And they're waiting for him. Na'Vi are playing this so smartly. He gets the 1 kill. Time is out. Here's Zeus. Wants to go for him, and ACK dies afterwards. No money.
Seized gets there in the nick of time. I'm sure that he thought that he was about to live through that there, AZK, but Seized with the timing just hits it, and Na'Vi, they take an eco round for them. iBUYPOWER, that's what we're talking about. The power of Edward with the 5-7, just calmly planting himself on that site and standing his ground. That last frag was huge.
You also have to give Starks a ton of credit. Not only did he just divert all the attention towards him, he also managed to dink Steel, I think, down to 24 HP. So he did a lot of work in setup. Actually made well, not to take anything away from Edward, but he made Edward's job a ton easier.
Oh, they're jumping down, or they could have almost surprised Zeus, who is down here in CT spawn. Guardian also picking up a kill, and Zeus actually trading places with Swag in that smoke, but doesn't even matter. The bomb will go down here, so in spite of all the kills happening for Zeus in this round, and Guardian also with the double, this was a successful round for iBUYPOWER. They get the bomb down, and in the next round, they can buy just fine, so good stuff coming out here from the Americans, but it's still going to be 2-4, and, well, Na'Vi did pick this map, and they are pretty damn good at playing it.
HP Zeus, you got to be wondering. I mean, that was actually quite a cool play there from iBUYPOWER. Not to go out on a limb here, Ben, but do you think that, I mean, that was the whole point, is like them throwing themselves like lemmings off the side of Cat into CT spawn to draw attention to those guys and then sneaking the bomb up on the plant? Up on the site to get the plant, or is that too much?
No, it's definitely something they could have gone for. I think they obviously wanted to pick up a player like Suze as well, holding that position. But it's definitely makes it harder for Guardian in his position.
Oh, what? Actually has the better timing than Guardian, who's been very successful in the past pushing up like that. In the middle, though, Edward will pick up a kill, and Starix is going to take down Steel. Edward picks up a quick double, goes for a triple, can't quite find it, but Seized will on Swag, and in spite of that opening that was given to them by Swag, they just could not pick up on it, unfortunately. Skadoodle will pick a kill here, but I think it's too late at this point.
He's a 1v3 with a minute on the clock. He's got plenty of time. Time is not something he's missing right now. He's got it. He's got a minute left. If he can land this shot here at range, and it's not going to happen, Starks will shut him down with the headshot in the end. So Na'Vi hold. Right. I mean, it did look like they had a bit of an opening to take advantage of their iBUYPOWER with the kill on Guardian early.
Yeah, what happened that round, Vendetta? Because, as Samler said, they open up in the upper dark. They get the kill right there. They even smoke off the CT spawn. So how come the three of them weren't able to do anything against Edward down there?
They smoked off CT spawn too late, so Edward was able to capitalize on that opening, the tiny opening that happened. As well as the fact that Swag didn't really push in towards B after picking up Guardian. Obviously, probably wanted to wait for the rest of his team to actually do a push as a unit. But yeah, basically Edward getting the right timing on the iBUYPOWER players moving into mid, and that kind of halted everything iBUYPOWER tried.
Oh, well, that's a bit of a shame. That could have been, I mean, a great sandwich. If they kill Edward in CT spawn, then the only one holding the B-bomb site from there on out in the last round would have been Seized with an AWP, which not really a great weapon to cover 3 different angles from, unless you're Guardian or Kenny or somebody, but normally that's not what we're looking for Seized to do. Seized, well, he's kind of at the bottom, but it doesn't really matter because iBUYPOWER is still winning rounds. It's Edward top fragging at 10, 0, and 6, and Swag on the other team at 9, 1, and 6. So we'll see if they can somehow come back into this iBUYPOWER. Look at the push coming up here with Guardian. That's a double shot. Skadoodle's also down to 19. He had 2 people in 1 bullet.
Not bad, not bad. And now we have quite a rotation coming out from Na'Vi. They expect this to be a strong push towards the A site, it seems. Now they actually recover themselves somewhat and move C's back to the B site. But for a second there, it seemed like things were going to get a little out of hand. Guardian with a sick headshot on Swag is going to bring this back to a 3-on-4 until AZK manages to pick off Zeus on Cat.
It was a bit of an unnecessary peek coming up from Zeus. He actually had pretty good control over that catwalk carry and could have allowed himself to basically wait for iBUYPOWER's members to run into him. That could give the Americans, or the North Americans, a bit of an opening.
Oh, and Edward's going to walk out here. ACK is looking the wrong way. Edward's going to take him down, and he sees the bomb as well, which now is a really big indication about what's happening here. Skadoodle very low on health from that earlier shot through his own teammate. And Skadoodle, if he peeks up here, they're both looking at him. This is not a good position. Sees this right in front, and now they're going to be walking in. Dazed is going to take the kill. No, he will not! Skadoodle will have to return. Look like Dazed had the perfect opening then. Grenade down the middle is not going to work. Skadoodle doing huge amount of works here in the middle. It's going to be in a one-on-one now with just 19 HP and 19 seconds as well.
Edward has to get up here fairly quickly now. He's going to hear the bomb. Oh, and he gets the perfect timing on Skadoodle. Skadoodle not expecting him to be around the corner like that. But with 10 seconds left on that clock, Skadoodle really had no time to play around with. He had to just full out drop everything and YOLO straight to a site to get that plant in time, and Edward took full advantage of that. So really well done there. Smart play by Edward to take the clock into account.
Oh, man, that was a bit of a shame there. Skadoodle almost 1-on-3ing them. Could have definitely happened. iBUYPOWER have now lost how many? That's 5 rounds in a row, yeah. So they have the maximum allowed or maximum amount of consecutive round loss bonus here that they can get. That's 3,400. So they can pretty much keep buying as long as they get some kills or put the bomb down, and they probably will. 5-4. It's a bit too early to start panicking, I think, for iBUYPOWER, but they do need to start picking up some rounds here.
I want to see Skadoodle with the AWP. I think that's a problem here. I think iBUYPOWER, they need him to have that sniper rifle for him to create opportunity. I mean, he's still getting kills, and we have a quick trade, one for one down at the middle there. But Skadoodle without the AWP, he did such tremendous work on the last time they played Dust 2, just tonight, and then also over at G3, that I really want to see him get that sniper rifle fast.
That would be maybe a good adjustment. I mean, I'd like him to at least I'd like him to have the confidence at least to pick it up and just try his luck against him. I think they might be able to kill Starix down here. 1 M4 against all this coming in is not going to be the best idea. Now he's down in pit, and it's very different. If they had caught him right in the middle of everything, that would have been great. And especially now that Zeus is coming in, he's going to pick up 1. Starix does go down, and so will Zeus. Now Edward running up here might be caught by Dazed. It's going to be a straight headshot and a very, very good round coming out from iBUYPOWER. Now Seized, well, they just don't have to challenge him. They can just wait for him to come up, and they should be able to take a kill here.
Battery hangs back, but yeah, Seized seems to be kind of floating around the edge. He's working his way into CT spawn. He hasn't seen anybody yet, so it's just going to be cool, patient play from him as he tries to get closer and closer to his bomb site. Maybe going for a bit of a hop to see if he can catch anybody out on the site, but I think they spotted him. They should have seen the barrel of his gun there in Element, and that should be a very easy kill there. AZK picks it up. And 3 members living here for iBUYPOWER is great for them. And they get to save Skadoodle. You know, Skadoodle walks up to Zeus's op. He's like, oh, sweet. Present. Perfect. Works out great.
There's a lot of money on Navi's side, though. I mean, what do you think, Ben? What's the score got to be for iBUYPOWER in this first half for it to really work out for them?
Given how good Navi... Or actually, it depends on what Navi show up. Because we've seen a Navi team that can easily get 10+ rounds on the T side. Or they can be the Navi team that try for a B split 15 rounds in a row and are not making it work. But if we see the usual Navi, I think iBUYPOWER are going to need at least 8 or 9 rounds.
Alright. Well, that's still some distance to go then. Flash in for the middle, not really connecting with anything here. And notably, there is the auto sniper picked up on Seized, though. He is already down to 21 from being shot through the middle by Skadoodle, of course.
I'd almost like to see him... Well, Navi have really spread themselves out pretty thinly across the map right now. I mean, they only have Starix holding alone over at Long. If not, it's Guardian with the AWP up on Cat. He's going to be their point man here. He's going to spot a man through the smoke, goes for the flash to fall back. It's going to buy a little bit of time, and now they're in a bit of an interesting position. Can play this well to hold off Cat while Starix holds it Long. Navi's still not rotating anywhere, though. It seems like they've really got the idea that this is going to be a V play after all.
And Steel jumps down CT spawn, and he's waiting down there as well. Guardian through the smoke, sees Skadoodle, gonna take him down, and in the B bomb side, they clear it up. That kill from Swag is absolutely everything. You with me on this one, Ben? I think if that guy in the corner would have got a kill, that would have been it. Steel challenging a little bit too much does go down, but I don't think they can retake this bomb site.
No, there's no point in them trying. And yeah, if Edward picks up that kill on Swag, he can... Well, he'll most likely pick up another frag, and all of a sudden you're left with one iBUYPOWER member coming in from mid. And Edward can basically be his worst nightmare, just peeking his head in from upper dark at any given time, just to keep him at bay while his teammates rotate over. So that's definitely a big thing. I think also equally big was Swag's frag on Seized, because he had an auto sniper and he can easily take out Swag with two connections with a bullet right there. So that was just a really solid play by Swag, and like huge play from them.
And they actually steal the auto sniper. Swag has stolen the CT's auto sniper and probably going to be shooting down the middle. They got to be careful. Guardian is not going to challenge, we can see that, but if they... Yeah, okay. So they're not actually just going to be spamming down the middle. If you do that and the AWP peeks against you, that's not a good idea. Guardian out on long is going to take down ACK, who had the long spawn, but couldn't connect with the AWP.
Now we have a man waiting around the corner as well. He's going to get spotted out. He starts is going to be able to spray down Steel. So quickly, iBUYPOWER are down 2 men at the beginning of this half. Hardly 20 seconds have gone past. And this all of a sudden is looking fairly solid here for Na'Vi. They just have to play patiently from the sites at this point and let iBUYPOWER walk up to them.
Swag going down as well, and the way that Steel died showcases something that I think is a little bit annoying about this game sometimes, but we'll get back to that. Edwards jumping over, he even spots one with that jump, and Dazed is going to go down, and now Skadoodle picks up the 1 kill and can't find the next one. He's going to be dropping eventually, and it will be 6-6. I mean, I don't know if you were watching that Vendetta, but it seemed to me like the reason Steel died over and long was because of the residue from the HE grenade, which sometimes lasts for such a long time, and that's actually, I think, a little bit annoying. I think HEs are supposed to do damage and not obscure vision, basically.
Yeah, and I actually think that smoke is, like that grenade smoke from the AGs are worse. Same with Molotovs are worse for some, depending on graphics card, than others, and that's obviously a huge advantage for those who have lesser vision impairment. So yeah, that's definitely something that they should get sorted out.
Good pick up from Starix down here, and Guardian in the middle, of course, and now Guardian once again to take down Steel, and Dazed here in some trouble as they do just trade, but as time passes by, Edward is going to be showing up to the party, and Dazed, he sort of knows what's going on here. He's going to be going down anyway. He couldn't really do much of anything. That's a triple kill from Guardian, and he ends up at 15 frags and 8 deaths. 7-6 here, and they're keeping the score close right now.
They're keeping the score close, and they're keeping a bank as well, Navi. So it doesn't get any easier here for iBUYPOWER if they pick up a round.
Yeah, like if Guardian dies, he can easily pick up another op. No harm done.
What was really nice about that round in particular was Guardian just going for a really kind of risky play, actually, because the smoke was down blocking mid doors, and he still walks through the smoke and gets a headshot, I believe, on Swag. Yeah. So that was just disgusting right there. Guardian able to do that, where he only could see just like the tip of Swag's head as well.
Dazed, grenaded down to 24 HP, and obviously this is an eco round from iBUYPOWER. So right now, the North American team is looking to see if they can somehow make this 8-7, because I think they're not going to be able to win this round.
This comes down, Zeus is already going to get flashed out in CT, but the smoke is down to block it. It's going to be coming down to the man who's on site in particular, and that's Edward, who's managed to swap in. He gets 2 big kills, and he's going to go peek out as well, and that's going to be the end of it. Seized will be there to clean up with the final 2 frags. But Na'Vi, just very clean anti-eco from them. And they're definitely one of those teams you don't really worry too much about when it comes to those anti-eco situations like other teams that we've seen in the past. Seems like Na'Vi, they're able to really control the flow and not really take the risks that let ecoing teams get into it.
Yeah, I think Na'Vi are one of the better teams in the world at that, actually. Even though, as of late, we've seen different iterations of this Na'Vi lineup play the past few weeks. But when they're on their game, they're definitely one of the best anti-eco teams in the world. I think Virtus Pro might be the best.
Look at
actually.
Edward.
Oh, this position, Samla.
Yeah, he went for it, and he's not showing himself either, but iBUYPOWER seem convinced that there is a man down there. Skadoodle is going to pick off Guardian, though, so that's not going to help things. And the Molly just barely the edge of it catching Edward. And he's still waiting here, Edward. He's still waiting, and he should get one, and he will.
It's now a 3-on-4, and now it's all over. Starix picking up the last 2 headshots. That must have been a funny thing, but we just missed it by a second there. So 9-6 for the first half. Vendetta, is it enough for the North American team to be able to make some sort of comeback here?
No. I'm going to be the negative Nancy and say that this should be a fairly convincing win for Na'Vi.
Ben, how could you?
Oh. Well, look, guys.
I never had American Bald Eagle in my
I think I just heard Arnold whimper.
Do eagles cry? I bet Arnold does.
Arnold does.
Yeah.
Arnold's a softie.
Look, if you're just joining us, then welcome. Here we are at the Caseking of the Hill, cooled by Alpenföhn. It's the second match of the day to decide if Na'Vi are going to stay the Kings for a 4th week, or if iBUYPOWER, the challengers, are going to be able to knock them down. This is only the first map, so remember there's still a lot of Counter-Strike to come here. Swag and Dazed, especially that last shot from Dazed, was really looking good. And now it's a 2-man advantage coming out here from iBUYPOWER. Swag is shooting at Zeus in the middle, and we got ourselves a 5-on-3 advantage here for iBUYPOWER.
This is looking like a phenomenal round for iBUYPOWER. Everything seems to have worked out for them. They've got the double stack at mid as well, so if Na'Vi decide to go for the B play, they're going to be running right into the brick wall. And Na'Vi, they commit. They make this happen, but AZK is shutting them down. Yeah,
Starix, though, with some really incredible headshots with that Glock right there. Skadoodle over on long looking for Edward, and we'll find him as well. Find his face, in fact, and it's going to be a 1-on-3. Starix, well, I don't know. Ace with only 5 HP. I mean, it just doesn't seem likely at this point.
Live the dream.
All right,
Live the dream.
Getting close here. Oh, I love this. Daze this right around, and he's gonna go down. What an incredible round already. Starix with a triple kill. He's got very little time here. USPS in hand, though. Is he gonna go looking for them, in fact? If he wins, this pretty be one of the sickest plays all year. Shooting through the door here, not gonna work out. And it is a 1-on-2 now. 15 seconds, and all they have to do is wait, and they should be almost 100% sure they can win this round. 10 seconds now. He's gonna go for the plant. If he gets this plant, that's huge for Na'Vi.
Man, iBUYPOWER have got ice in their veins right now. Even with the fake plant at 10 seconds, they don't peek. They don't budge. They know that Starix is trying to fake one of them out.
Now, what I really loved about that position where Dazed was behind the box and Starix was running up, have you seen that episode of Doctor Who with the Weeping Angels? Where every time you look away, they move a little bit closer? That's basically Starix. Dazed peeking up, and then he just, waits and shoots, and then as soon as he docks down again, he's a little bit closer. So there we are.
That is one of the creepiest episodes on television ever.
Yeah, that's nightmare-inducing.
Yeah, that really did.
So good.
Really did get to me.
It is so good. Now, Steel going to peek up once again. It's Famas versus no armor and no head armor either in Steel. He's getting them eco frags, which is obviously great news. 4 kills for him, and we're moving straight into the next round. Also, a big reminder as well, guys, we're going to be giving a Karambit knife away later on for all the subscribers. So I forgot to say that earlier, but I just wanted to point that out again. So big thanks to everyone who's already subscribed, and best of luck to you once we do the raffle at the end of some of these games here. So 18th round is coming up. Skadoodle AWP, but none for Guardian.
No AWP for Guardian, and that's a troubling thing. I mean, it's kind of like Na'Vi and iBUYPOWER's boat from the last half. So iBUYPOWER with a golden opportunity now to just tomb Na'Vi and start running away with this game. If they can get a clean round here in the 18th, this would be huge for their money and huge for their momentum. So now we get to see Na'Vi, are they going to go with the right decision? I mean, they're grouping up, and it looks like they want to go out mid-doors here. Not even going to smoke off CT until they get around the corner. So no warning here for iBUYPOWER. As soon as the smoke goes down, that's all the warning they get.
Oh, and ACK thought he could turn around and throw a flash, but he could not. And the B-bomb site's actually already lost. And iBUYPOWER, strange as it sounds, they just have to immediately get used to the idea. Yeah, they have to give up. They just have to fold, basically.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. As someone mentioned, AZK thinking he has the time to actually pull off one flash. And if he's able to do that, then obviously that's going to work miracles for their defense. But yeah, get caught off guard, and they only lose Edward, and I think that's the only guy who's going to go down from Navi's side as well. So that's a lot of money saved on their end as well.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, that's going to put us in an interesting position, I think, because now question is if iBUYPOWER, I mean, with these 3 rifles saved, they are going to be able to buy up, and the AWP is still in Skadoodle, so that's really good news. Yeah, I think they can still adjust.
Yeah, they're going to get a full buy because Swag has the opportunity to get a Colt and whatnot, everything he wants, and Steel can drop what he has saved over to AZK. So this should be a full buy. The problem for iBUYPOWER is that they're going to be in this situation where if Navi gets the upper hand, they're going to have this really hard decision as to whether or not they want to commit to a retake or not. Because if they lose a round, it's double eco time, and you don't want to give Navi 2 rounds at this point. And you can't really afford to save either because you're always going to be at the brink of having to do a double eco as long as you save weapons.
Seems kind of shaky right now, iBUYPOWER. I was watching Days there in CT spawn, and they're kind of like, it seems a little indecisive as to what setup they wanted to go with on their CT side here this round. Kind of milling about in CT, milling about across the long, like not really knowing, and then finally we have the setup here, but seemed like a little bit of indecision there on the North American team as to what they wanted to do. And you can't have any kind of hesitation versus a team like Na'Vi. They're gonna tear you a new one if they feel any weakness there.
That's very true, and it seems like iBUYPOWER are drawing on earlier experiences with Na'Vi. It seems because they stacked 3 people towards the B bomb site, and C disappears from the game, and that's obviously a huge issue for Na'Vi. But it seems like their stack is gonna pay off.
Yeah, iBUYPOWER with a good position here. Swag maybe overcommitting to it. Actually drops very low. Grenade is going to fall out here. It's now 4-on-4 as Cease. This disconnect now. Charging in through. It's going to be Zeus picking up 2 great kills. And it's somehow still in a 2-on-3. And
Edward.
Oh,
Edward. Edward gets nothing done. He drops Steel low, but Zeus. Narnoth was hanging open there. Zeus, the control on his spray to get that second frag was huge. That was a really fine entry there by Zeus. Those 2 kills cleaning up the B site.
Yeah, now they're going to try and retake it 2-on-2 with very little HP left on Steel here, and the clock is already really far ticked. They're going to have to do this quick and dirty, and in the corner, well, it's going to be Steel going down now. Skadoodle drops to Seuss. That's a triple kill for the Na'Vi captain here, which is very impressive. And actually, I think Seuss has been one of the weak links sometimes on Na'Vi, so it's really nice to see him step it up and do some work here as well. 11-8 is the scoreline, and iBUYPOWER not looking too hot right now.
No, they really aren't, and they're gonna have to eco now. So that's a bit of a iffy, to make a already bad situation worse for them. And yeah, wait, did C's? Oh, C's joined with the money he had from the afterbuy, but not his AK. So
yeah.
Yeah, and you can't really leave that stuff up to just pure chance, because obviously that money could mean a lot all of a sudden if iBUYPOWER managed to turn this around, which they still could. It's not looking very likely, but there is always room, right?
Yeah, I think how much should he be refunded? Because he didn't die, so it technically should get a free AK back.
Yeah, so if they put him on like 4,100 or something, I don't know.
4,700.
4,700 is the full buy.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Unless he decides to go for a molly, in which case it's 5,100.
Guardian suggesting
no,
60k being the fair way to go.
Yeah, they want a Kaylee, right? Okay.
That term's never going to go away. All right, so as they're sorting this out, let me give a quick thanks to everyone who's been subbing in the meantime. I think we're up to 79 subs today, so that's absolutely huge, guys. A really big thanks. Again, it means a lot for Seminar and I and Vendetta to be able to run the channel in this way, and the subscriber team makes a big difference. So we're going to try and give some stuff back. There's a Stat Track AWP and also a Karambit knife that we're going to be giving away later today to the subscribers. So a really big thanks to all of you, and we're hoping, or we're planning, we will be keeping up the subscriber giveaways in the upcoming weeks, so that there's something every week basically that we can give back to you guys, and obviously hoping that more and more people are going to sub, because it does help us out so much. In the meantime as well, follow the channel. Even if you're not subbed, you can just follow the channel, and it does help us out as well. We're trying to climb that Twitch top 100 list, and I think we're already like in the 60s somewhere. It's been a while since I've checked, but I think it is. And I see Skirk has been subscribing now. He wants to win the knife as well. Good job, Skirk.
What's up, Skirk?
Oh yeah, just a completely unbiased shout out. Skirk is on Twitter now, so if you like what you saw from London Conspiracy at G3, follow him at SkirkBro at Twitter.
I will definitely do that, because I did love it. They're such friendly guys, and they're a really cool team. So I'll do that. And we're not really interrupting anything either way. iBUYPOWER were on an eco this round, and they haven't really done anything with the C75s. Na'Vi, as you said, Vendetta, are pretty good at handling not losing to these pistols.
Yeah, you can see how well they just work as a duo or a trio whenever they go places. And it does wonders for you. Well, actually, as I said, it had to happen. But it's still, Dazed is, at least they've made it so Dazed is on 10 HP and a 1-on-3. So it's not completely hopeless. But yeah, that had to happen, didn't it?
Of course it did. That's how it works. The commentator's curse. Edward dropping 20 kills here in the first 21 rounds. So that's a pretty good statistic. It means he's killed one guy per round, and that's pretty solid. If you can do that, then you're usually going to put your team in a good position here. We're moving into the latest stages of this first map only. Remember, the next map is also going to be Cash, and that's the one that iBUYPOWER chose. But right now we are only 4 rounds away from being 1 map up.
And going into Cash, I think that's going to be pretty solid for Na'Vi, but we can't count iBUYPOWER up yet. They've still got 5 rifles to work with here, reasonable number of nades, nothing crazy, but no AWP for Skadoodle.
And again, iBUYPOWER are going for this triple B setup, and I'm not a huge fan. I have to admit, even if Na'Vi have a heavy tendency towards splitting the B bomb site, I don't really like this setup. I would have much rather seen them do something like what Penta did versus Na'Vi, which is have one guy in CT spawn, so it can actually help out towards the A site, and he can still have some sort of control towards mid.
Dazed, oh my god, Dazed with 2 great kills, and he just manages to escape, throws out a bit of a grenade, and he realizes someone's going to be coming from upper as well. That's Guardian. But those initial headshots from Dazed makes a big difference. Skadoodle will pick up a kill. Guardian misses a shot. He's alone, and a good shot onto him. And a second one as well. You must be joking. Now it's a 1-on-2, and Guardian surely cannot steal this away from iBUYPOWER. Not at this rate. This 1-on-2 should not be lost by Skadoodle and Steel. Guardian walking up here. Is he going to go for the point blank? He's already made a little bit of noise. He's scoped up. One more angle or one more step forward there, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill on Skadoodle, but he just hesitates for a moment. Takes the shot through. Did he just hit Steel? He misses that one.
Wow.
And Steel stays alive.
That was inches away from being a
close.
headshot.
Oh man, that was so close.
Wow, I'm just terrified. It looked like iBUYPOWER were too. They just realized he's coming for us. Oh
This
my God.
seems to be like Ben. This seems to be a go-to strategy for iBUYPOWER, regardless of who they're playing against. Or
Yeah,
you know,
they-
if they
they-
notice the tendency. I mean,
Yeah,
throughout
they
G3
really
they seem
favor
to be
that.
doing it as well. Like three
Yeah.
guys solid on the B site, not even looking towards B slope. Like they would have three guys on the B site, which is not something we see very often. Which is obviously why we're acting a bit surprised. But that's the refreshing thing here. We have a North American team. It's not CS that we get to see every day, and we're getting to see how it shapes up versus the best in Europe. You know, so this is really cool.
Yeah, it's. I mean, obviously, it's cool to see something new. I'm not really a big fan of the setup, but if they can make it work, you know, all the glory to them. But so far, it's been less successful than what I would have liked it to be. Really, for them to continue to use it.
The problem this round is that this is going to be another B-split push, and this time actually iBUYPOWER with Dazed and Skadoodle up here have sort of gambled on the fact that Na'Vi are probably going to go A, and from the looks of things they won't, which means ACK and Swag, they are about to be in a world of trouble. They're going to have to hit some amazing shots because backup is going to be too far away by the time this all unfolds.
Man, Na'Vi are convinced that B is the place to be right now, and there's a shot, and C's gets one headshot, but Swag turns around and gets two. And that's going to slow things down somewhat, but it's still the rotation having to come in here from iBUYPOWER in a 3-on-3.
And Edward from behind is going to jump down behind them. So if they don't move quick, they're going to lose a man right away, and that's a big problem. Here comes Edward. C-set 75. He doesn't commit to it. The grenade's covering him. He takes down Skadoodle, and now Flash comes out. Dazed will turn around, but it is all too late. Steel is an absolute magician if he can win this 1-on-2. And he's actually not even going to commit to it. He's going to run away, so... There it is. Unfortunately for iBUYPOWER, they misguessed what Na'Vi were doing that round, and now they're looking for the kill on Steel as well.
They should. Oh, nice nade there onto Zeus. That's going to be cheeky. But Zeus tries to take the peek, and he's not going to get it. Is there going to be an opportunity for Guardian? No, he will not. And Guardian, rather than face, he's going to hold on to his AWP, so I like that. Just stay alive there, Guardian. But 13-9 now the score, and they're keeping it, you know, at that 4-round range now. We have to see iBUYPOWER come back into it right here, I think.
Yeah, well, that's do or die, and they don't have any money at all. So this is most likely going to be Na'Vi at 14 rounds, and at that point, it's going to take a lot from iBUYPOWER to actually get back into this.
Oh, iBUYPOWER going for the lower push again. And this should be them just closing in. Everybody pushing on the B side, and they're going to overwhelm Na'Vi. Again, they come up with this strat, and this is definitely one of their go-to strats on Dust 2.
And they keep Steel, who bought armor and an M4, and he could afford it. So actually, all Steel did was equalizing the money. So I love the fact that iBUYPOWER manages to do that. Now they're in a 4-on-3, and they spotted Guardian in the middle, as well as Steel just peeking in there from short. So a good chance for them to win this round if they can just keep their cool right now.
Yeah, 3 rifles picked up. I mean, 2 rifles picked up off the guys that they swamped in dark. But still, this is a very good situation now for iBUYPOWER to have turned it around to. The Guardian is alive in pit. He's alive solo though, but iBUYPOWER aren't giving him any targets. They aren't giving him the opportunity to pick anything up.
Yeah, and actually, what's pretty cool about that iBUYPOWER strategy right there, it's very similar to what Virtus Pro normally do in their anti-eco rounds on this 2, which is push aggressively. Normally, you'd see Taz being the point man into lower dark, while Pasha is the one coming around from short. So it's really cool to see iBUYPOWER use that, well, something similar to that, and it completely caught Na'Vi off guard, which is surprising because you'd think that Guardian would actually hold control over mid with that op.
Brilliant smoke here from Steel. Oh, they shoot right through it. Zeus is going to pick up the kill. That was really unlucky. There was a tiny gap, and that was enough. Dazed will come in with the kill, but from behind, ACK goes down, and now we're in a 2-on-2. They jump down in CT spawn, take down Dazed, and now Swag, he has to win this. There's just 7 seconds left. 1 kill is going to be enough. Now he just has to hide. Edward can no longer win it. Swag, don't do it. He won't plant the bomb, and he's going to run away. So there it is. Swag, that 1 kill on Zeus was everything. and they do get away 10-13 here. What a great round from iBUYPOWER. 1 M4 and then pistols, and they managed to win it and actually put Na'Vi in a strange spot now. Edward has the AWP, but that's all they have.
Yeah, and I think actually Edward needs to hold on to it as well. He's actually going to give it away to Guardian. I'm a bit worried about that because Guardian doesn't have armor.
They forced it
actually,
up.
no, never mind. Yeah, he has bought up.
They forced. Everybody
Yeah.
forced. This
That's,
is evening the money for Na'Vi.
Yeah, that's actually a bit of a scary position for Na'Vi to be in at this point, because if they lose this one, that's going to be, well, 2 ecos most likely. iBUYPOWER all of a sudden back, you know, right neck and neck with Na'Vi.
Yeah, this is interesting. We'll see Guardian pushing up right through the smoke. No fear at all. Skadoodle is up on short, ready and waiting. We'll see if Skadoodle can come out on top, but he falls back to safety. Doesn't want to challenge. Grenades rain in. Skadoodle has to stay alive and stay safe here as Na'Vi push in, and they have head armor, so they're not so easy to click away. And now the bomb site's actually lost.
Now they're going to be able to get this plan here, Na'Vi, and Starix will be able to drop that bomb fairly soon here. It's going to come down to the retake once again here for iBUYPOWER. Everybody rotating in, but that smoke, Swag still finds Edward through the smoke, drops him, but Zeus is now here with the P250. He's trying to pick up the gun. If he can make this happen here, he just has to slow iBUYPOWER down.
It's a really good grenade, and Zeus is trying to not be flashed. They're going to run right through, and they do get the kills in. It's still a 2-on-3 right now, and they actually have a lot of health on Na'Vi's side as it's Guardian alone in the 1-on-1. He misses the shot. Swag coming up. He's got the triple. Guardian missing once more, and now a little bit more, and Swag will pick up the quad kill and save. No! There's no kill. He has to run. Na'Vi win the round anyway. What a disaster. Swag will stay alive just barely, but that was a deserved round for Swag. That quad kill was brilliant, but it was not enough.
I'm actually surprised to see Guardian not picking up a pistol. There shouldn't be any way that he is not aware of the fact that Swag has been headshotted at that point. That was surprising. But yeah, Na'Vi get a bit of a lucky round there. That really messes up for everything for iBUYPOWER. You can see them. They've forced up, and weirdly enough, they've got 2 ops and 3 pistols.
Oh, man.
Sharing is not caring.
Yeah, and also surprisingly, it's Swag who is rocking one of the ops. That's probably the guy I would least expect to see pick up an op from this team. I would have expected AZK or Dazed actually to do it, but Swag makes work of it.
Oh, Skadoodle missing that no-scope. Swag picking up a second one, but it might still be too late. ACK in the middle is about to get taken down as well. He's flashed. Guardian is challenging him, and that will be the kill. So now it's a 1-on-3 for Swag, and he's going to go for the peek down the middle here. Takes down Guardian and the bomb. Oh, wow. But luck has run out here. He's been caught. He's actually doing great damage, and he's going to pick up the quad kill before he eventually dies, but that could have been an ace with an AWP, and we're going to be at a 15-10 scoreline here, and iBUYPOWER really don't have the money any longer, so it looks like, in spite of everything, Na'Vi are now seconds away from taking what is the first map in this best-of-3.
This is everything we could have hoped for.
Yeah,
pretty much.
crazy couple of rounds coming up from Swagger right now. Showing he's a bit of a jack of all trades, picking up that off and getting a 4K with it. Shame we couldn't cap it off with an ace.
That was just really impressive, and that Na'Vi, paying for it as well, because Swag. It was cool to see that. It's like Skadoodle holding on short, and then Swag boosted up in mid, but Swag basically gave himself that opportunity when Guardian got picked up off on Cat like that, just running around, and Swag had no fear. That was just such a weird round considering the situation where iBUYPOWER only had 3 pistols to play with as well.
Oh, look at Dazed and Steel. They might be onto something here. They might be able to catch Starks off guard, but Starks, how does he know?
Well, he doesn't. He's looking the wrong way as well. Now he hears it, but they're just surrounding him, so he's only going to get 1 kill. Looked like Skadoodle should have had that deagle shot down on short as well. We'll see. It's a 4-on-4, and Bomb is going to go down here. Tough retake coming in, but ACK came picking up 2 really great kills and putting them in a 1-man advantage here.
Until C steps in and drops him. Now Dazed moving up from long, looking to get shots in there. There is a man close, that's Skadoodle coming in, but Dazed gets caught, and Skadoodle, they know exactly where he is. Guardian will get the final frag, and it will be 16-10 on this first map, thus 2.
So in spite of a 6-round lead, Swag actually ended up top fragging with 1 kill.